say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Hi, everyone. We're coming to you live on 2K Sports, bringing you the NBA. Hi, everyone. Kevin Harlan with me tonight. Stan Van Gundy and Greg Anthony. And Ali LaForce is reporting on the sideline. Now let's take a look at some of the numbers for Victor Wembanyama.
There's been a drop-off in the rebounding numbers. He seems to be getting out-muscled on the glass in a way we didn't see earlier in the season. His last 10 games, the totals have taken a huge hit.
A look at the San Antonio Spurs opening lineup. Filling the perimeter spots are Castle and Vassell. Barnes operates at the 4 with Wembanyama at the 5. And it's Fox in at the point. And for Houston, they'll see Durant and Smith playing up at forward. Tari Easton is out there with Thompson. And it's Şengün in at the center position. Possessions can end until somebody grabs a rebound. Greg, two of the best on the boards are facing off tonight. They prioritize rebounding.
And getting those extra possessions can really break a team's will. When excellent rebounding teams play, everyone has to work a little harder to secure the ball.
Clock is at 3, and stolen by Şengün. Thompson outside. Pass to Şengün. Back to Thompson. Makes it off the glass.
It helps that Thompson can score with either hand close to the bucket. Defenders can't force him to one side or the other.
Now, here's Fox. Last time out, he had 14 points. Good work there as it goes.
And I'll bet that's what they talked about before the game, getting the ball inside early.
About a minute played so far here in the first. Right now, let's take a moment here to catch up with Ali LaForce on the sidelines.
I caught up with Coach Ime Udoka. I wanted to know what his defensive scheme was against De'Aaron Fox, and he told me we need to limit transition opportunities because that's when he's really dangerous. Speed is one of his biggest strengths, so we need to slow the game down to our pace. Let's see if they're able to accomplish it. Kevin, back to you.
And as always, Ali, great job. Thank you. Smith, the pass to Easton. And here is KD. Clock at 6. And there's the drive. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
KD picks and chooses his spots, but by no means is he afraid of a little contact.
Here in the first quarter with about 2 minutes gone by. And as if the Spurs stand weren't already stocked with young talent, they moved up from 8th to the number 2 spot in the May draft lottery.
An embarrassment of riches, Kevin. And if any organization knows how to organically build through the draft, it's the Spurs.
And when Wembanyama is connecting from deep, he is downright unguardable. This is how special a talent he is.
Now here's Durant. And he's currently averaging more than 26 points a game. Such a force. 5 to shoot. Here's Thompson. Gets the 14-footer to fall.
And that's just taking advantage of some soft defense on that drive. Little resistance for him on the way to the basket.
Vassell kicks to Barnes. Wembanyama high post. Pass to Castle. With the fadeaway. That's in, and he's now 3 for 3 and looking sharp.
And Wembanyama's ability to pick and pop from anywhere on the floor puts defenders on their heels.
And so the timeout taken here by Ime Udoka. Looking for a breather and maybe adjusting a thing or two. A new lineup here for Houston. And here's the 2K leaderboard with the teams that have really been controlling the boards during the past month. The Rockets #1. In the 3rd spot, the Spurs.
What a run it's been for both these clubs in terms of their rebounding. Two physical teams on a collision course here tonight.
56 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Holiday against Johnson. Holiday the pass to Finney-Smith. Houston moving the ball around. Just 4 to shoot. Holiday with the 3. No good there. The Spurs have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Johnson outside. Outside Harper. The tray. Rockets with the rebound. Here's the Kobe. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet more set on that screen. Easy call.
Look, you can get away with a lot in terms of screens today. But you can't make it that obvious.
Here's Fox. What a play. Simply drains it in at the buzzer.
And give him credit. Good awareness of the time remaining.
Yeah, really a perfect way to finish that quarter on a strong, positive note.
1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. It's San Antonio leading by 3. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from Toyota Center. And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. You guys, what's your take on the Spurs so far?
Well, they've been aggressive from the beginning, particularly on the offensive end.
Yeah, and that's helped them get the lead. But we'll have to see if they can sustain this offensive output.
On the court for San Antonio. The forwards for him, Johnson and Sohan. Harper is out there with Fox, and it's Cornette in its center.
And once he gets clear off the screen, there is no stopping him.
No, not when there's a flush waiting to happen.
Well, give credit to the screener there. That's how you help free up your teammates.
Now, let's take a minute to talk to Allie LaForce courtside. Allie.
Thank you, guys. The Rockets have brought in the right veterans. Coach Ime Udoka said, quote, their approach rubbed off on our entire team. We can only teach so much, but you have to have guys that have carved out their niche in the league with that edge and that defensive mentality. It was invaluable for our team. Back to you, Kevin.
You know, they've got that grit. Thank you, Allie. So, Stan, just for old time's sake, do you think the league should bring back the hand check? Do you miss it?
Well, look, Kevin, I think what the league's done with allowing freedom of movement has made this game a lot better than it was. I think the key, as it is in most things, is finding the balance where we're giving the defense a chance, not calling cheap fouls, but also not letting them just physically overpower each other.
And so Mitch Johnson decides to call timeout. Coach needs a moment to talk things over. Some deep threats have really made their presence felt around the league lately. The 2-guard spot, these have been the hottest 3-point shooters for the last month. Keldon Johnson is second.
He just oozes with confidence out there beyond the arc. That's where he makes his living, as he should. I mean, given how efficient he's been from long range.
Here in the second quarter with a little over a minute gone. Outside Harper. Pass to Sohan. No good with the triple. The Rockets trail. Now, Stan, there's a lot to like about the versatile game of Jeremy Sohan.
Well, look, Kevin, Jeremy Sohan is a guy that everybody's going to want. Jeremy Sohan can fit in anywhere. He's a great defender. He's got great toughness. He rebounds the ball, and he can pass and handle for a big guy. Who wouldn't want Jeremy Sohan?
And so Fox will bring it up for the San Antonio Spurs. It's off to Utah after this game where they'll face the Jazz. That will conclude their brief two-game road trip. Outside for Wembanyama. Good, and it's Fox who picks up the assist. Wembanyama's got 10 points.
And I like when Wembanyama is aggressive on offense because defenses feel helpless to stop it.
And it's Houston with another.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
Outside Harper. Shoots it up. Wembanyama, no good.
Well, he's more than comfortable in the mid-range, but you can't make them all.
Victor Wembanyama grabs the rebound. We've got 1:23 left in the second quarter. Wembanyama sets a screen for Fox. Durant with the steal. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Spurs will take it.
And while we have a chance, how about the numbers for Shingo? And he's in the top 20 in assists per game. His talent for creating easy buckets for his teammates, such an asset.
And you mentioned how powerful he is on the boards, going full throttle at both ends every play. Really helping his team compete for wins. Looking at who's out there now for the Rockets. Steven Adams, he's checked in for Clint Capella. Smith comes in for Şengün. Tari Eason's checked in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And Amen Thompson subbed in for Shepard. Now here's Barnes. We saw him with 10 points last game. Now here is Smith. Pass to Thompson. Here's KD. And the officials will call the illegal screen right there.
And not the most common call you'll see in the NBA, but hard to argue that pick wasn't illegal.
Yeah, and that's maybe something that should be called more. We see a lot of moving screens in today's NBA.
Barnes passes to Wembanyama. There's 39 seconds left in the first half. And Wembanyama too much inside.
He's been reliable from the floor, and that's reflected on the scoreboard.
Adams with the screen on Castle. Here's Thompson. Pass to Adams. It's stolen by Wembanyama.
Definitely got to use the clock here and get the last shot.
Yeah, but if you get an open look, you got to think about taking it no matter how much time is left on the clock.
And the basket by Castle.
What a creative shot by Castle, opting for the soft touch.
Here's KD.
About putting some extra on it. That dunk was way over the top.
Close game or not, he's going to finish firm when he gets the space. And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. Spurs lead by 2. Stay with us, folks. We'll get back just after halftime to start the third quarter.
Hello, folks. Is this the halftime show? Yes, it is. And kicking it off, let's quickly look at the Western Conference standings.
Looking at San Antonio, there are some high expectations coming into the season.
and they can create a lot of pressure on a team. But they said, we can handle it, and they're proving it.
Yeah, they've got the character and the talent to be a top team in the league.
All right, guys, we've got to go back and talk about Victor Wembanyama and how he played in that first half. Just outstanding.
They keep feeding him, and he's getting after it. Once you let him get comfortable, tough to slow him down, Kenny.
Yeah, especially when you slow down the word comfortable. You actually see better defense at times, but he finds another way to get it done.
And that'll do it for halftime. We send you back to Kevin Harlan, who has the second half call.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. We're seeing a tremendous game from Victor Wembanyama.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him, really staying focused on quality shots.
Yeah, he's found his spots, been patient with his shot selection, and it's paid off for himself and the team.
Smith and Şengün make up the 4 and the 5. Tari Easton is out there with Amen Thompson. And it's KD in at the 3. And that's the group in there for Ime Udoka as we begin the second half. Now here's Durant. 3 on the clock. Houston needs to get a shot off. Down low, here's Barnes. Good, and a nice assist from Fox. Fox has got 3 assists now in this one.
Yeah, that's the third bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
Rockets trail by 4. Will stand after 8 seasons with the Kings. A new chapter for De'Aaron Fox now in San Antonio.
Yeah, Kevin, and look, you got to be excited about that if you're a San Antonio fan. De'Aaron Fox and Victor Wembanyama together. Is there a better pick and roll combination in the league? The sky's the limit for that duo.
Let's check in now with our Allie LaForce, who's got a story for us. Allie?
Hey, Kevin. Kevin Durant talked about the key to his longevity. And he said just being enthusiastic about the game every day and wanting to get better, that forces you to get in the gym. What you do the most is what you're going to be best at. And if you don't use it, you'll lose it. That's how I look at it. Kevin, back to you.
Truly the love for the game. Allie, as always, we appreciate your reporting. So it's the Spurs now. After the three-pointer from KD. Wembanyama going to town inside.
3 for 3, and that's always a good way to start the second half.
And so the timeout taken here by Ime Udoka. Coach is going to take a few minutes to regroup and go over the strategy. And KD's got the ball here for Houston. They trail by 6. Smith sets the pick for KD. Rebound, San Antonio. Barnes looking around.
2 minutes.
Fox with the screen for Barnes. Lets the 3 fly. It's rebounded by Şengün.
And I think that one could have easily have fallen for him.
Outside Durant. Durant gets it done inside.
And the handles from Durant are downright filthy, using him to cut up the defense there with ease.
San Antonio leading by 4. Pass to Castle. Wembanyama high post. It's good again, and the next one, 7 for 8 shooting night so far.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Thompson high post. He can't get that one to fall. Good work defensively by Fox. To the middle. Barnes kicks to Fox. 35 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Good on the bucket. And now an 8-point San Antonio lead.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
And so here is Houston. Left side Durant, and Durant gets double teamed. Smith outside. Pass to Eason. 6 to shoot. The Rockets shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line.
At the line for your Rockets, Eason. Taking 2 shots.
And that one misses. Good on the second free throw. Eason against Johnson. Lets it go with the 3. And so it's San Antonio headed to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. They're feeling very confident, shooting the ball with great efficiency and dictating the pace. And we'll be right back after this. The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. Spurs leading by 7. On the floor for San Antonio starting the fourth quarter. The forwards for him, Johnson and Sohan. Harper is out there with Fox. And it's Cornette in at the center, filling out the middle. Now, here's Fox. 6 on the shot clock. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
All right, well, a look at how the points have been generated so far. Scoring breakdown for the Spurs.
Well, they've been hitting threes at a high clip, and the defense hasn't done enough to challenge them at the line. They need to close out and run them off the 3.
And another thing, they continue to work it inside and score. It's clear their game plan is attacking the paint as much as possible.
Shepard with the ball. He's guarded by Harper. Now Shepard, and he banks in the layup.
Showing how tough he is. Shepard doesn't get rattled by the physicality.
Fox feeling it out a bit. Pass to Cornette, and down it goes. Dunked through off a wonderful assist.
Not the kind of aggressive defense they need to cut into the lead.
Yeah, you have to protect the rim, Greg, a little better.
Yeah, I'd consider calling timeout right away after that one. The defense has to be better there.
And we've got a timeout called from Ime Udoka. He has decided it's the right time to talk. Houston with a big group substitution here. Smith checked in for Clint Capella. Durant comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Tari Eason's checked in for Josh Okogie. And Amen Thompson subbed in for Shepard. So San Antonio going with an almost entirely new group here. And Benyama, he's checked in for Luke Cornette. Barnes comes in for Sohan. Vassell, he's checked in for Keldon Johnson. And Castle is subbed in for Harper. San Antonio leading by 8. Wembenyama, a screen on Thompson. Now Wembenyama. Şengün with the ball. Now guarded by Wembenyama. And there's the 3.
And he knew what he was going to do before the ball even got to him. KD is always ready to let it fly.
Here's Fox. is Wembenyama. Wembenyama sets a screen for Barnes. Durant with the rebound. And so it's Katie with it. He brings up the ball for the Rockets. It's a 5-point game. From 12 feet, he nails the jump shot.
But when you need a bucket, he's your guy.
The Spurs have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. Now Castle. A minute 42 left here in the fourth quarter. Durant! Wembenyama rips down the rebound. Spurs leading by 3. Now Fox. Barnes outside. Vassell. And just miss after miss right now. Here's Durant. Durant blazing up.
And you've got to love the energy right now. They got hot when they absolutely had to.
Well, you love their execution to get back in it. This game's very much in reach for them.
The Spurs shooting a smooth 58% from the field. Everything going according to plan for them on that end. Now Vassell. 54 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. 4 on 3 as they bring it up. Eason. And down goes the 3.
That is world class.
Yeah, and I can say from experience, his coach just breathed a huge sigh of relief.
And timeout called by Mitch Johnson. The magnitude at this juncture in the game clearly warranting a timeout. And let's go to the sideline. Here's Allen.
Over the last break, I listened in on Mitch Johnson's huddle. He told his guys not to lose hope, saying to them, it's a long game, fellas, and we're in this one, but I need each one of you to step up your intensity right now. Let's see if Coach's message resonates, guys.
All right, Allie, thanks.
You got to be careful how you guard Fox, because he's adept at drawing these whistles. Shoot 2.
He hits the first one, and that narrows the gap to 1. He hits both from the stripe.
Yeah, he's a guy you want at the line, and clearly not affected by the moment.
And Durant gets double teamed. Now Eason. Smith surveying the D. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Johnson fires. Fox with the rebound. And so it's Mitch Johnson calling timeout. And he knows there's no room for mistakes and wants everyone on the same page. .17 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Wembenyama, a screen on top for 3. And the 3 misses. And timeout is called by Ime Udoka. No doubt he is feeling the importance of this moment right now. Regulation now complete. We will go to overtime. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from Toyota Center. Glad to have you with us as we get going in overtime. Neither team giving an inch in this one. We'll see Durant and Smith playing up at forward. Tari Easton is out there with Thompson. And it's Şengün in at the pivot spot, manning the middle.
Taking the hit there, Durant, so hard to stop.
San Antonio trailing here. And here is Fox. Smith there for the rebound.
Excellent coverage defensively, making it hard on him.
Here's Eason. Eason with a screen for Smith. Outside Durant. Just 5 on the clock. And the rejection by Wembanyama. And stolen by Thompson. Şengün drives in. Strong move off the glass.
A true monster in the paint, and just under 7 feet. It can be so easy for Şengün to find those baskets.
Now, here's Fox. And yep, that's going to be a flagrant foul. Unnecessary contact.
And Kevin, I got to tell you, he's probably fortunate to just get a flagrant one there. I mean, so much contact. The officials easily could have gone even harder on him.
Greg, I agree. He better be on his best behavior from now on. One more flagrant of any variety, and he's out of here. He's able to hit the second one, and that narrows the lead down to just 3.
If he hits all of those, they're feeling a lot more comfortable. But now, still a one-possession game.
Now Barnes. Wembanyama, a screen on Eason. 4 on the shot clock. Fox! The long shot, no good. And an intentional foul right there.
Personal foul. First team foul.
And that's an intentional foul.
Second personal foul. Second team foul. At the line for Houston. 2 shots.
Good on the first, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. And so both free throws are good, and it's a 5-point game.
Well, that's outstanding execution in a big spot. He showed a lot of poise at the line right there.
San Antonio calls timeout. They're trailing by 5. What do you think Coach's focus is going to be here?
An uphill climb. They need everything to break their way.
Well, I'm sure they'll run a play they believe in. If it works, I say try for the steal, and if you don't get it, immediate foul.
Now, here's Fox. Wembanyama! Rebounded by Thompson, and he commits the intentional foul.
First personal foul. Third team foul.
Gets the first, and that increases their lead to 6.
Thompson.
Second free throw, no good that time. He really wanted that one. Fox fires. Can't connect from long distance.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
There's no airspace there whatsoever. That's as close as you can get without a foul.
And he hits both free throws here. So now it's an 8-point game.
And guys, overtime not nearly as competitive as regulation. They used up all their energy just getting it to overtime.
So we see the Rockets get the win here. They escaped with a victory, although they needed an extra period to get it done.
Yeah, but what a great game. I mean, both teams, I felt like, gave it their all. But when it came to OT, it was just all about sheer determination on their part.
And now, let's send it over to Allie LaForce, standing by with our player of the game. Allie, take it away.
Kevin, you had a great performance individually. What made the game look so easy for you?
Well, my teammates, they played so well tonight, setting everybody up. And I knew it was winning time, so I just tried to be aggressive.
Winning time, that's what I like to hear. Guys, back to you.
Terrific, Allie, thanks. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. Here with Stan Van Gundy, Greg Anthony, and Allie LaForce, I'm Kevin Harlan, signing off for this presentation of NBA basketball. And as we leave you, let's take a look at our player of the game, Kevin Durant.